So let's learn how to configure AWS NAT gateway and enable resources in the private subnet access the internet. So there are key requirements that are needed here. For a NAT gateway to work, we need what's called an elastic IP. Okay, an elastic IP is attached to the NAT gateway and it enables the NAT gateway be routable in the internet. Then, the second requirement, we need to put our NAT gateway in the public subnet. Remember, the public subnet has already have a route tables forwarding internet traffic to the internet gateway. So our NAT gateway should be in the public subnet, okay? The third requirement is to configure a private subnet route tables to forward any internet traffic to NAT gateway. Okay. So when this instance maybe wants to access the internet, it will access via the NAT gateway. And the NAT gateway will forward that traffic to internet gateway. So there's a one criteria or one interesting behavior with the NAT gateway. The NAT gateway will only allow traffic that are initiated from inside to go through. Okay? So if a traffic has been initiated from this instance, it will go through and come back. But it will not allow this guy here to initiate traffic to this instance here. Perfect. So let's get into practice. First of all, I'm going to show you all the requirements that we need. Let me go in under VPC. So we have a VPC here that we created earlier. So when I click on that VPC that we created, I have two subnets. One is a public subnet, another one is a private subnet. So for the public subnet, it has a route table called public route table. A private subnet, it has a private route table called private route table, okay? And you can see under the resource map, the route table forwards any internet traffic to the internet gateway, okay? All right, so we want to enable this private instance also to access the internet. So what are we going to do? So let me just show you. I have two subnets here, public and private, okay? And as you can see, they've been attached to a route table each. So let's see the public route table. So when you see the public route table, you can see it forwards internet traffic to the internet gateway. Then the local route, which is auto-created by AWS whenever you create a VPC, okay? Then let's go back again to route tables so that you see the private route table. The private route table does not have any route to the internet, okay? So if you come under subnet association, you will see it's been associated with the private subnet, okay? So let's learn how to create a NAT gateway and enable resources in this subnet to access the internet, okay? So just a little bit demo. I'll go to our EC2 tab. So I already have two instances. One a public one, another one is a private one. So to connect to a private instance, we need to create a bastion host. So in our previous video, we learned how to create a bastion host. And if you would like to see how to create a bastion host, please click on the video at the top right corner. You will see there's a link there to create a bastion host, right? Okay, so I just need to connect this private instance now and try to test if I can reach the internet. So let me connect to public first. We need to connect to public instance first. So I'm just going to use EC2 instance connect now. I'm not going to use SSH. Okay. So we're inside the public instance. Okay. You can see the public IP address here. Okay. So I want to SSH into the private instance. Okay, so to SSH in the private instance, click connect, go to SSH and copy this. Okay, you can see the IP address is 10.0.174, but this one is 10.0.2.206. So I just paste that one there. Okay, and I hit enter. Perfect. So you can see I'm inside 10.0.174, right? Okay, so let's just try to ping. Okay, let's try to ping 8.8.8.8. Well, all will be timed out. Why? Because this instance, which is a private instance, does not have any route to the internet. Even let me just go back. Let me just go back to the public instance. Okay, and try to ping 8.8.8.8. See, now that's going through. But for the private instance, we are not able to access the internet. Okay, even if I try again, it won't be successful, right? So let's enable internet access for our private subnet resources. And to do that, we need to create a NAT gateway. Okay, and to create a NAT gateway, we need to go to VPC first. To create a NAT gateway, first we need to get elastic IP. So elastic IP is here. See this one. Okay, click elastic IP and allocate elastic IP. Okay, and just leave by default. Okay, everything by default, and just allocate. Perfect. So you've gotten one elastic IP here. You can see it's asking us to associate this elastic IP. We still do not have a NAT gateway. So let's go ahead and create a NAT gateway. Go here, create a NAT gateway. Okay, and click create, then name it. Okay, then select subnet. As we've mentioned, the NAT gateway should always be in a public subnet, strictly public subnet. Okay, so our public subnet was called let me see, GuruTech public. Okay, and connectivity to be public. Perfect. Then it's asking us to associate elastic IP address. So we're just going to choose the one that we just created, right? And nothing's needed. We just create. So we already have a NAT gateway here. We have a NAT gateway here that we just created. And you can see the state is still pending. So let's just wait until the state is okay, then we proceed. Perfect. So we can see the status of our NAT gateway is now available, which basically implies that it's ready for use. Okay. All right. So how do we make this private instance reach the internet? Because even if you can still ping 888, it's still not reaching. So we need to go into a private subnet route table and inform it that forward any internet traffic to this guy here, right? Okay, so let me just go here and go to route tables and go to private route tables here and edit routes and add forward any internet traffic to the NAT gateway. And what's our NAT gateway? GuruTech NAT, and save. Right? Perfect. So let's go back here and try to run ping 8888 again. So now see. So now it's going through. We've enabled our private subnet to access the internet. Even if I can just say ping my website. Thank you so much, guys. I believe you learned how to configure AWS NAT gateway and enable private subnet resources to access the internet. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.